to the beat, no matter your pace. From the city streets to the outer space. You got a mission, you got that drive. MoveQuest is here, making us thrive. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your place. Say what? We're all one team in this groovy space. MoveQuest, for you and me. Getting healthy, feeling free. Earn the rewards, building wealth. Oh yeah, moving together for that good old health. Grandma's grooving, she's on the scene. Come on, little Joey's dancing like a moving machine. Yeah, from the mountains high to the ocean blue, MoveQuest unites. Yeah, me and good old health. Can you feel it, that funky vibe? A community groove where we all subscribe. It's the rhythm of health, the wealth we share. No matter who you are, we'll take you there. MoveQuest, for you and me. Getting healthy, feeling free. Earning rewards, building wealth. Oh yeah, moving together for that good old health. For you and me, getting healthy, feeling free. Woo, woo. Earning rewards, building wealth. Oh yeah, moving together for that good old health.
I ain't trading minutes for a paper wage. I'm writing my own story on a digital page. Every step is a heartbeat, every breath is a toll. I'm uploading the fire from the depths of my soul. The satellite is watching, the ledger's open wide. There ain't no room for lazy, and there ain't no place to hide. MoveQuest calling, the signal is green. I'm the most valuable motor in this whole machine. This is my proof of life, forged in the struggle and the daily strife. I'm moving to earn, I'm earning to grow. From the top of the mountain to the valley below, it's a blockchain bond that you cannot break. My sweat is the currency, my life is the stake. Proof of life. They used to say wealth was a suit and a tie, but a man in a cage is just waiting to die. Now the wealth is your health, is the law of the land. I'm holding my future in the palm of my hand. Verified movement, a signature of bone. I'm reclaiming the power of the heavy unknown. This is my proof of life, forged in the struggle and the daily strife. I'm moving Hey, yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 The horizon line that I'm born to cross. I'm counting the gains and I'm burning the low. My phone is my compass, the satellite's my guide. I got a digital engine burning deep inside. From the city concrete to the mountain mud, riding a contract in my own red blood. The trail is calling and it don't take no. I got 1,000,000 miles left to go. It's a world without borders, a map without end. Every mile I conquer is a digital friend. I'm out on the MoveQuest trail. I'm a hurricane wind in a tattered sail. Every step is a token, every mile is a win. I'm shedding the past and the original sin. Tracked by the light, watered by the sun. The quest ain't over till the work is done. MoveQuest trail. Oh yeah. Napoleon Hill said go the extra mile. I'm doing it now with a honest smile. Bedrolls are shouting, don't you dare slow down. I'm the king of the trail, I don't need a crown. Move to earn is the code I live. I got a lot to take, cause I got a lot to give. My GPS is humming the victory song. This is where the brave and the bold belong. I'm out on the MoveQuest trail. I'm a hurricane wind in a tattered sail. Every step is a token, every mile is a win. I'm shedding the past and the original sin. Tracked by the light, watered by the sun. The quest ain't over till the work is done. Step, minute, run, minute. I'm a master of the circuit. The world is the gym, the quest is the way. I'm earning the glory of a brand new day. Out on the MoveQuest trail.
All right, all right. We want to welcome everybody to tonight's Tuesday night MoveQuest update and information call. Hope everybody's been having a wonderful week thus far. And let's see here. Hayden, you with us this evening, sir? How you doing, sir?
I am doing fantastic. How about
Get him
yourself?
off guard tonight.
That's okay, my brother. Just
Off
always,
guard tonight.
you know me, always getting stuff done right before the show begins.
All right, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get moving with the call. Let us know if you have any, any information pertinent to share with the community.
Well,
Over
it's always good to make sure that everybody's got a fresh update. You never know who's tuning in for the very first time tonight and listening to this recording after it's done. So that being said, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Tuesday Night MoveQuest community call event. And as Mr. Herschel Crow said, my name is Hayden Andre, your friendly neighborhood digital asset investor, always laser focused and always locked into success. And as always, we like to shout out a big welcome to all the new members of MoveQuest, and also an A player shout out to the existing MoveQuest Nation as well. Now, for me, just a few quick words before Miss Lynette Arton takes the mic. Today is February the 3rd, 2026. The first month of Q1 is done. So stay focused and make sure that you're locked into your goals. It's easy to get distracted with all the little shiny objects that are out there. Don't get distracted. Now, as many of you know, MoveQuest will be expanding to 4 additional blockchains beyond the Avalanche blockchain and the Binance Smart Chain for a total of 6 blockchains. Now, as part of that, there's a challenge going on. And this is a promotional challenge. This is in motion right now as we speak. It's a multi-chain mining expansion challenge. And that challenge began on December the 13th of 2025 and is going to end on May the 13th, 2026. So that's a total of 152 days as we speak. Okay, so depending on your results in this channel in this challenge, you're gonna be able to receive matching mining power for every single chain that we expand to, or 40% of the mining power that you're mining with, or 15%. It really depends on your personal results. Okay, now that is for the lowest amount of mining power that you will be mining with for the challenge time period, and you're gonna get that whatever you qualify for, you're gonna get that for all of the 5 blockchains. So we are currently on day number 53 at the time of this recording. Day number 53 of 152. So that means those of you who have been consistent since day number 1, you only got 37 more days left and you win. Stay locked in. For anyone who's getting started right now, there are 99 days left. So you can still start right now and have 9 days to miss a few days of submission. Because to qualify for this massive promo, you simply have to submit proof of physical activity every single day, day after day, for 90, 60, or 30 days. Now you can check out the details of that promotion on www.movequest.com/dashboard. All the details are there. Okay. So lastly, what I want to share with everybody is make sure that you are following us on social media. Hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment, share the post. This is one of the easiest ways that you can be a strong MoveQuest team player and bring the value of MoveQuest to the lives of other people all around the world. 2026 for sure is going to be a year of breakthrough. Make sure that you do the right things. So this applies to you too. Stay focused, stay rich, max out, level up, Mr. Herschel Crow. The floor is all yours.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, I knew you was gonna nail it right out the park, right out the gate. No, we definitely appreciate you and all that you bring to the table, Mr. Hayden, keeping everybody abreast of, to be honest with you, the important things, or whatever. The challenge right now is, what's in front of us and what we all can actually engage in and position ourselves to, have more assets in the very near future. So thank you for that. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with the call. I know Miss Lynette is probably excited to be home. Finally, she's been on the road quite a bit over the last few weeks. So hopefully she's been able to have some relaxing time as well as get some rest, because I know sometimes traveling can be exhausting as well. So we're going to go ahead and open the floor up to Miss Lynette and see what she has to share with us this evening. How are you doing this evening, ma'am?
I am good. I'm good. I can't say that I was really excited to come back to Michigan sub below zero temperatures. So, no. but home I am. What are you gonna do, right? All right. No, but I am excited about sharing tonight the ecosystem. So this isn't really so I don't have updates because, as you guys know, we're just working on everything now, right? Going forward with the wallet system and getting the tier 5 hatchery up and all that. But I want people to really understand the ecosystem, and I'm not sure that people really do just yet. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go over some numbers with you guys, and hopefully, as I'm going through this, you'll understand what I'm saying. So if I get to where you think I need to reconfirm something or I've gotten confusing, Herschel or Hayden, maybe stop me.
Okay.
I had to figure out how I'm going to break this down for everybody so that it makes sense, as to how the market value goes up. Because one thing that I don't think people understand, when you're in most of you, I mean, some of you are new to crypto, but most of you have been in other crypto projects, and those projects do not have a self-sustaining ecosystem where 90% of the uh, revenue stays with the community. They just don't. It's unheard of. Okay. They need the money for whatever, their big yachts and fancy houses and those fast, cars that they like to take their pictures in. That's not what MoveQuest is about. MoveQuest is about changing people's lives and teaching you what a real crypto project should be built like. This is really what crypto was designed to be. It didn't take, Bitcoin didn't shoot to the moon overnight. It took years and years to get there. But Bitcoin set the fundamentals and the precedents for crypto. But you get these rogue creators and it become this wild, wild west, and people got way far away from what, the fundamentals of crypto actually was. And personally, I got tired of that, seeing it. And so, yes, we've spent the last 4 years developing this project, which is now really a protocol because anybody can use our system. So they also have a self-funding ecosystem. But I want you guys to understand how this works. So I've broken it down into 5 steps, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like with a very healthy, growing community. Because in crypto, that peer-to-peer community is super critical. Okay. It's not about new money, it's not about new investors. It is about a healthy community that's engaged in the project, that sees the value of that project, that solves a problem. What do we solve? And you guys, all of you who are here, you guys have been saying it. You do tell it. We've got your testimonials. You lose weight, you feel healthier, you feel younger, you're more agile. All of these things that are attributed to moving more, better health. And that's what MoveQuest is solving, right? That obesity problem across the globe. Then you get into the crypto side of things. And whether you're new to crypto or whether you are, been involved in these other projects or not, I want you to understand how this ecosystem works. So we're going to start off, and I'm only going to talk about the trailblazers. I'm not going into the explorers because you guys know I like to go at the lowest, the lowest possible result that you would see. I don't like to overpromise or I don't want to under deliver, right? Because I've given this huge market value or projection. So all we're going to do is base it on the trailblazers. Those are $100 each. They always have been. We had a promotion where we were giving them away when you unlock the mining dock slots. That's over. Now they're back on the market, the $100. Now, what I'm showing you is if everybody else, I can't talk tonight. If every single person that got started in MoveQuest started with 18 trailblazers at $100 each, it would cost $1,800. Now, we give a direct commission of 50%. We weren't charging for these, so the ecosystem doesn't depend on it. But what it did do is it gives you 50% commission when you share the project, and it also gives the liquidity, that boost as well. Now, if you have 4 direct sales, I just want to show this to everybody. You're actually going to earn $3,600 in commissions. So if you shared it with 4 people who started out with the 18 Trailblazers, you're going to earn $360 more than what you spent to get your Trailblazers. So I love this part because if you are sharing the app, literally, if you guys were, if you have networks or if you're influencers, you guys been in different multi-level marketing projects, different crypto projects that have, affiliate commissions or whatnot, nothing tops this. You share it with 4 people, you got $360 profit in your pocket. So that's just showing you that part. Now, then you go into the mining dock, 18 mining docks. The first one is free, right? When you unlock dock slot 2, you get the first one at no cost. They're $80 each. Now in March, they're going to increase to $100, but they're $80 right now. So you would spend a total of $1,440 on your dock slots to unlock those slots. Now, this amount of money here that you only spent $1,800 on your Trailblazers. And then you spent, let me just change this to 1 so you guys can see what this is. 720 on your 2 through 10, 720 on 11 through 18. So it's 1440. That is included over here when I put in this 4, okay? That's included when I say your whole cost is covered. Your Trailblazers were covered as well as all your dock slots. So when you share it with 4 people, you're in profit $360. With the Explorers, it's $1,260. All right, now that shows you that commission side. All right. The current market value, last time I checked it, now I haven't looked at it in several hours, but this is what it's based on. So now we're going to move over to what the ecosystem does from here, okay? I didn't really need to put 7 days in there. I don't know why I did, but because we have a cycle of 210 days with the tier 4 hatchery. So cycle days, I had to put something in there. So I figure, okay, if somebody gets started in MoveQuest, takes them 4 days or 7 days for their 4 direct sales, yada, 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 whatever. It was for my own, I guess, space keeper there. Now you've got your 4 direct sales, 18 Trailblazers, direct commission of 3,600. So what happens with the other 3,600? Now this is where this comes back into the ecosystem. So you've got the ecosystem that buys 261 MoveQuest and adds it to the liquidity pool, and also adds the 3,600 in USDT. Okay, so this here is taking half of 3,600, $1,800, and it's dividing it by the current market value of $6.99. So it's 261 MoveQuest that it would buy. Now, if it doesn't buy them, it would take from the bank. That would depend on what the sell pressure was or the demand for the token. So if there's a demand for the token, the ecosystem would opt to take MoveQuest from the bank and pair it to the USDT. Now, if that happened, it wouldn't be 50% of the 3,600, right? Because it's going to go to the liquidity vault and it's going to pull 261 MoveQuest from the liquidity vault, and it's going to pair that 261 MoveQuest that has a value of $3,600 to $3,600 of USDT. So now it's going to add $7,200 into the liquidity pool versus just the 3,600. Now it's important that you guys understand that, right? If the community is driving up the market value, what happens if there's not enough liquidity in that pool? You have an inflated market value. What happens when you have an inflated market value? When somebody sells, you see that massive volatility. So you could see it swing from $25 down to $15, and then you could see it go back up to $22 and swing back down to $8. It's crazy volatility when you've got that inflationary market value. So this is where the ecosystem would step in and go, okay, the community there's a demand for the token. the selling pressure isn't heavy. So the ecosystem doesn't have to go in and do market corrections and pull out and absorb that extra MoveQuest because the community is buying that MoveQuest. And so what the ecosystem has to do is it has to start to, inject that liquidity so it can deepen that liquidity pool so that it has enough liquidity to stabilize within a certain price range of its market value. So I'm going to come back over to the Zoom real quick. Does everybody understand what I just said, or did I confuse people? Because I want to make sure we're all on the same page at this point. So if you guys put thumbs up or whatever in the, where you hit the reactions, I just want to know. And if not, throw a question in the Q&A. Because if you're confused on this part, then I want to wrap back around to it because I think it's important you guys understand the amount of liquidity to the circulating supply is a big deal. And if there's not enough liquidity and the market value keeps increasing and the ecosystem keeps buying it, driving it up even higher, you've got an inflated market value that can't sustain itself. So when the community is buying and the demand is there, then all the ecosystem has to do is keep adding in that liquidity and making sure that the market value the community is taking it to is stable so that when people do sell, you don't see massive price drops. So I think you guys got that part. All right, so now I'm going to move on to the ecosystem second step. Now, I hope I don't, I really, you guys, I know it, sometimes even for me, because this is, MoveQuest is it's like there's all these circles inside it, okay? They all loop together. They all work together, and it's pretty fun, actually, if you can wrap your head around exactly all of this and I don't confuse you guys. All right, so we're looking at 18 miners total, okay, that a person gets started with. 4 people. You've got DAC slots. Now we're talking about the mining DAC now. Okay, we did the Trailblazer purchase and what happens with the 50% that comes back to the ecosystem. What happens with the liquidity pool? Now we're on to the DAC slots. The 4 people you shared MoveQuest with are now unlocking their DAC slots. What happens to that money? $80 per DAC slot. Total slot cost $2,880. It's $1,000, and that's 4 people here, okay? That's for 2 through 10. Now you've got 11 through 18. That's also $2,880. It's $720 per person. DAC slots 2 through 10, and then 11 through 18. Okay, so this is DAC slots 2 through 10, and this is coming in AVAX. This is DAC slot 11 to 18. This is MoveQuest. Now, when the user unlocks DAC slots 2 through 10, they do it using AVAX. The ecosystem converts the AVAX to USDT so that USDT can be paired to MoveQuest. Now, when the user unlocks DAC slots 11 to 18, what are they using? They're using MoveQuest. So they have to go to the exchange. They have to buy that MoveQuest. They come back. That's my dog snoring, if you guys hear that. They come back with the MoveQuest that they bought from the exchange, and they unlock their DAC slots with it. So what happens to that MoveQuest? The ecosystem has that MoveQuest. So it can't be sold. That user is not going to sell it because they just used it to unlock those DAC slots. And for 4 people, remember we were talking about you had your 4 that you shared it with. That's a total of 412 MoveQuest that's been purchased. So we're going to start here. Step 1, the user buys the MoveQuest. Now, we already know back here what the liquidity was. 34,007, 34,007, 237.82 with a market value of $6.99. Now, when that user goes to the exchange and buys those 4 users, they go to the exchange, they buy the MoveQuest. What are they buying it with? They're buying it with USDT. So what they're doing is they're removing a total of 412 MoveQuest tokens, and they're adding the USDT into the liquidity pool. So what it did was it drove the market value up to $7.16. Now, the ecosystem can do one of two things. It'll either buy MoveQuest and add an injection, or it will just take the MoveQuest that come in through the mining dock and pair it to the USDT that it had from dock slots 2 through 10. So, action 1, a user buys AVAX to unlock dock slots 2 through 10. What's the result? When the user buys the AVAX, unlocks 2 through 10, the ecosystem has the AVAX to convert to the USDT to pair it to MoveQuest or to buy more MoveQuest. Now, when they buy that AVAX to unlock those dock slots, remember, that gets converted. So there's a conversion fee in there, okay? Action 2, the user buys USDT to exchange it for MoveQuest. So when the MoveQuest is bought on the exchange, it's going to remove the MoveQuest from the liquidity pool, and it's going to increase the MoveQuest market value. What's the second result of that action? This MoveQuest is now in the DOT contract as future liquidity. Now the user has just added USDT to the liquidity pool when the MoveQuest is bought. MoveQuest has been removed and USDT has been added. Now when somebody sells MoveQuest, they add MoveQuest back to the pool, and in exchange, it takes USDT from the pool. Okay, so all of these actions affect the market value of the token. So if all you have are people selling MoveQuest, removing the USDT, then you're going to see a continuous decline in the market value. If you have a growing community and you have people that need to buy the MoveQuest to unlock those DAC slots, then you see the market value come up. And if somebody sells, the liquidity that's being injected, it stabilizes it, so it really doesn't have an effect on the market value. So now you see that when the user buys the MoveQuest, it drives up that market value. Now, MoveQuest is going to convert the AVAX to USDT. The ecosystem's already brought in MoveQuest, okay, from slots 11 through 18. Now, if the market value, and now the market, okay, so the market value is higher, means the ecosystem is using less MoveQuest. So as the market value goes up, it takes less MoveQuest to pair to the USDT, and I show you here. So the ecosystem's USDT when it came in, I'm sorry, MoveQuest. See, when it come in, it was 412 MoveQuest tokens. But because of the market value increase, it only needs to pair to 402 MoveQuest. So it's going to take $2,880 of USDT, and it's going to pair it to 402 MoveQuest tokens. Now, when it does this here, it's adding in that 402. You'll see it here. See, it adds the 402 back. It adds in the 2,880. It didn't change the market value. Why? Because it added equal value of each token. So all it did was pad the liquidity. It didn't bring the market value up. It didn't bring the market value down. So with just this one transaction with the DAX slots, you've seen that the MoveQuest liquidity that started out at 34,007 MoveQuest now has 33,997. And the liquidity pool of USDT that had 237,000 now it's got 243,000. And that was all just for people who were using the mining dock. Okay, now I'm coming back over. Does that make sense to everybody how that part works? Awesome. Now I'm going to go over to the submissions. Now, I'm going to say this real quick up front, just in case I'm missing something. Important note, the ecosystem will not buy MoveQuest with submissions if the selling pressure is higher than the demand. The ecosystem will allow the selling pressure to decrease and kind of subside, and then the ecosystem will stabilize the new low market value. Now, again, you guys have seen this. The ecosystem will test resistance. It'll try to attempt to drive the market value higher. But if the selling pressure increases, the ecosystem will then wait for the selling pressure to decrease, and then the ecosystem will stabilize the new low market value. So if you guys noticed over the last, I think, 4 or 5 days, you'll see where the ecosystem comes in, does a removal, does a buy, depends on how stable it thinks it can go, what market value it should be able to stabilize at, it'll buy. I think one day it did like $15,000 in buys. It'll add the liquidity, the remaining liquidity back. Now it has extra MoveQuest that it's absorbed. It's brought the market value back up, and then it injects the remaining liquidity. Now, if the community doesn't sell back down to the previous market value, then the ecosystem will come back in, drive it up a little bit more, inject some liquidity, test the community or the ecosystem again, the resistance, the market value, if it can hold. But if it goes up a little bit and then the community goes crazy and sell, the ecosystem will let it drive down. It'll pad that level, and then it will drive the market value back up so that it can maintain a consistent market value that the ecosystem can be stable with. So hopefully that didn't sound foreign, but currently we're averaging about 2,200 submissions every day. That's about 39,000. I'm basing this on Trailblazers, guys. Everybody mining with 18, just so you know, because we actually have more miners than that. We actually have higher submissions than this. Not everybody is mining with Trailblazers. We probably got close to 18 to 20,000 Titans that are mining. So the submissions are much higher, but again, I'm basing this all on just Trailblazers. So it is lower than what the ecosystem actually has. So our market values, when I show you in a minute, would actually be higher. But again, this gives us a lot of room for error, even though there isn't any. Because these numbers, like I said, when you have a self-funding ecosystem and you've got percentages that have to go into certain areas, it's real easy to calculate a market value based on what the community is doing or not doing. Trailblazers are $10 cents each for submission. So that would mean with 2,200 people mining with 18 Trailblazers, about $3,960 in submissions. We're almost, I would say, anywhere from double to triple that. It depends on the day. So it's much higher. So what does that mean? 50% could be purchasing MoveQuest. So it could do market corrections based on days worth of submissions that are coming in so that it can go in and do a decent market correction. It doesn't always happen every day at a certain time. It just when certain triggers are met. And then half of that would go to USDT. Now remember, the ecosystem has got over 2 million MoveQuest banked. The great thing about MoveQuest is we don't sell the MoveQuest token. Ever, never. I've never sold one. Lead, nobody. It doesn't come to us. We don't have an allocation of MoveQuest tokens. We don't have MoveQuest allocated for marketing. We don't have MoveQuest allocated, in a lock contract with a cliff, nothing. Okay. We all mine it and buy it just like everybody else. It's just real straightforward. So you never have to worry about the project competing with the community. It just doesn't happen. Now, when you take that and you add it to the liquidity, over here you've seen where we had that $7.16 final price, right? This is just one person who shared it with 4 people. They brought 4 people to MoveQuest. They got started right now today. This is showing you just what 4 people do to the market value of the token and how it stabilizes the liquidity. Now, remember, it can buy it or it can take it from the bank. But at this point, in this market value, it would take 276 MoveQuest tokens and it would add it to the liquidity pool. If it buys it, it would drive it up to $7.28. So this example is showing the ecosystem taking the $1,980. It goes and it buys the MoveQuest. Here it adds the MoveQuest to the MoveQuest portion of the liquidity, and then it adds the 1980 to the USD liquidity. So it doesn't drive up that market value. This is an important part for you to understand too. So while there's only $3,960 here, what you have to remember is that if the ecosystem buys it, It's got 39.60 it can use. It's going to take 1980 and it's going to go buy that 1980 in MoveQuest. So what did it do? It brought the market value up in the liquidity pool because it took and purchased $1,980 worth of MoveQuest. Now it brings that MoveQuest back to the remaining 1980. So while it gave the liquidity pool a bump to $7.28 using $1,980, it now holds $1,980 worth of MoveQuest and it's going to pair it. So instead of it just adding the 39.60, it's also got that MoveQuest. So that 3,960 that came in through the submissions really had a $5,900 effect on the liquidity pool. I want to make sure everybody understood that part right there. How does $3,900 turn into $5,600 in the liquidity pool? Do you guys get how that happens? Because it took money it bought that MoveQuest. That MoveQuest has that same value. It brings it back, and now it's pairing it to that pool or to that liquidity. Okay, good. Everybody's understanding that part. So now, when we started out, before you shared it with 4 people, we had a market value of $6.89. When you got done with the liquidity, got the trailblazers, unlocked your doc slots, and the submissions, just one day's worth of transactions drove the market value up to $7.28. I didn't finish up this sheet, which is just fine because I'm moving on to the next one. The next one is the fun one, okay? Because we keep saying, that 10,000 users in that community and the engaged users is going to make a big difference in the liquidity. So I want to show you why MoveQuest is significant and why we're different than your other projects. And if you're in other projects and you don't quite understand this, ask them, whoever the creator or founders are, always to explain to you how does their project sustain itself without new money, new investors, and without the community having to be the suppliers of the liquidity. And they won't be able to tell you because they don't have it. And so I hope you guys, the light bulb, I hope it turns on because this will help you guys from losing money in the future as well. So remember, we started out, we've got 18 trailblazers. You've shared it with 4 people. You've made $3,600 in commission. You're now in profit $360 before you even started mining, right? Because you shared it with 4 people who bought the 18 trailblazers and they unlocked their doc slots. This is our starting liquidity. Now we're going to come over. What's our growth goals? 10,000. We want to do this in one cycle. What's one cycle? 210 days. Okay, for the tier 4 hatchery as a cycle. That would mean 48 users a day. That would be 857 trailblazers that are added to the mining pool, the people who are mining. Your commissions, if we have a growing community of 48 people every day, it's going to pay out $42,857 in commissions. It's also going to add $42,857 into the ecosystem. Got to buy the MoveQuest or it'll take from the bank. But here we say buy. Why do we say buy? Because we say it's going to buy it, which is going to remove it, and then it's going to add it back in. Now, the one thing I didn't do here, I remove it, but I don't add it back in. Okay, I do this on purpose. Why? Because we still have MoveQuest tokens that are in the golden hatchery, in the incubator, and in the nest, and that allows the selling of those without affecting this. This spreadsheet would get super, super wide if I did that. And so what I don't do, we show them being bought, but not added back in with the injection of the USDT. Because you see here, if I was to take that 42,000, divide it in 2, you would have the MoveQuest that's being purchased, but then it'd be adding that MoveQuest back in plus adding in the USDT. I didn't do that. That way, my numbers are way under, actually. This way, when you guys see what the market value really is, you're super crazy excited because I left out millions of dollars from this liquidity pool that actually would stabilize that market value at a higher price. But this is where I leave buffers in. You got a market value of $8.26. Okay, 48 people. Again, remember, I didn't add back that MoveQuest or it'd be higher. You've seen 4 people, right? Took it to $7.18. Why did it just leave it at 8.26? But that's why. Then you've got your DAX slots 2 through 10, DAX slots 11 through 18. You've got the MoveQuest liquidity that's being adjusted here. Same market value, because now the injection is just adding. It's just padding the liquidity. So the liquidity is getting better and better. You see over here, it was at 257. The DAX flats brought it to 298. The submissions brought it to 302. Okay, so in this, for this reference, I don't show MoveQuest buys. Okay, I just show injections. That way the market value is at the lowest it could possibly be. Now, it also brings it up to 2,248 submitting wallets, which increases the MoveQuest distribution to 562. Now, I do this for 210 days. So instead of walking you through 210 lines, I'm just going to take it down to 210 days. And I'm going to show you what this is. Whoops. This is Trailblazer commissions paid $9 million to the community. That's what you earned in commissions. 10,000 users, 180,000 Trailblazer miners, $9 million paid in commission, $9 million that went back to the ecosystem, a total of 98,468 MoveQuests that had been purchased from the pool. Okay, that's demand because there's only 34,000 in there. So what does that mean? That means people are going to buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. That's a healthy market. The liquidity just from the Trailblazers went to $16 million in MoveQuest, $16 million in USDT. Now, with this here, it's adding another $8 million in liquidity, DAX slots 2 through 10, 14 million from DAX slots 11 through 12. Okay, 14 million is that MoveQuest that come in, DAX slots 11 to 18. DAX slots 2 through 10, because we have influencer commissions on DAX slots 2 through 10. This would be the minimum that would go into the DAX, into the liquidity from the DAX slots. Now, if influencers aren't registered as an influencer where they can set their seller accounts up, then this would be 14 million. And then you come over here, and this is, let me see where this is at. I think we're still DAX slots. Okay, yeah, I adjusted it for the DAX, for that difference in the DAX. 16 million, 16 million, da, 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 da. Okay, Trailblazer. This is the submission fees. Now it's 10, I've got it set at 10 cents. I'm sorry, 5 cents up there. You'd seen that. But the reason I did that is because 5 cents would be purchased in MoveQuest. The other 5 cents would be the USDT. Okay, again, I do that so that it doesn't put the market value right where it really would be, but keeps it lower than it should, than what it really would be. It adds it into the liquidity, another 16 million here, 16 million in USDT. Now you got your submitting wallets. The market, let's see, we got 13,000. Oh, that shouldn't even be there. That's just the market value of the token. 12,200 submissions. We're at about 2,200 a day right now. You add 10,000 submitters, and that's about 3,050 MoveQuests we'd be up to that day. So where we're at 500, so you see the other thing too, we're at 560-ish MoveQuests that's being mined every day right now. As the community grows, a lot of people think, well, it's going to really drop down the MoveQuests that I'm going to be able to mine, but it doesn't, because the more people that are mining, the more MoveQuest that can be mined. And so you're looking at, and 7,200 a day can go out, okay? So you're looking at 3,050, and over that 210 days, that would be 379,250 MoveQuest. That's the potential up to 10,000 a day. That's what would be mined. Okay, now at that $98, so 10,000 users, a minimum market value of $98.12. Now here's the important part. You've heard other people say, well, it went all the way up to $100 and it just couldn't stay there. Well, no shit. You want to know why? We only had about 300 people in the community. Okay. We only had a couple $100,000 in liquidity. You can't stabilize a market value of $100 on that. Okay. You've got to have the depth in the pool. So 379,250 MoveQuest tokens times $98.12 is $37 million, right? Now let's go see what MoveQuest has acquired, or not acquired, but has built up in its liquidity pool. You got total USDT of $34,850. This is from the Trailblazers. This is from the DAX slots, and this is from the submissions for 210 days. Now, on top of that, you've got $24 million in MoveQuest from the Trailblazers, from the DAX slots, from the submissions. So what's the total pool got? $62,260,760. The ecosystem, the project, me, Waleed, development, marketing, this is our budget right there. $6.2 million because we only take 10%. And this leaves the project's profit. When I say project profit, I mean community. Let me change this real quick just so everybody's clear on this. Community, ecosystem, profit. Okay. So when you're coming into MoveQuest and you are engaged in the ecosystem, your money stays with you here. Okay. You're not going to find that anywhere else either. We're completely decentralized, completely on chain. Costs us less than $25 a month in server fees just to host our images and things that are in the app and on the website. Everything's on chain. We don't need major servers. We don't manage your money. We don't hold your money. Everything's done with smart contracts. You can't lose here. Now let's look at our total circulating supply. 196,948. This does not include what's in the hatcheries. Then you've got the max that can be mined over the next 210 days. What's that total circulating? 576,198. Now, if everybody wanted to sell those at $98.12, it would need $56,538,000. Now, after myself, Waleed, those that are on payroll, marketing, any expenses that we've incurred after that is removed, that 6.2 million, we're 99% fluid. What does that mean? 99% of the people are going to be able to cash out at $98 a token. Okay, now tell me how that is not amazing. And that's because it's a self-funded ecosystem. Your money stays with you in this project. You're engaged, you're getting healthy, but it's completely sustainable. And that's what crypto is supposed to do. And the more people who use the system, the higher the market value will go. The deeper the liquidity will go. The more you can depend on it, the more you can rely on it, the more it'll change your life and bring you that financial freedom that you want to bring. And here's the good thing. If you are only mining, okay, a Trailblazer, I think it's 0.00, was it 0.04? I can't remember what it is. So let's do this times 18. All right, let's say it's even less than that. Let's just say it's 0.01. Okay, so 0.18 MoveQuest a day. Now, if you times that by the market value of the token, where's the market value? 98.12. You're making $17 a day. You're spending $1.80. So you're in profit, $17.66. Now, I do believe that this is 0.04. So they'd be making about $70 a day. And if you times that by 30 days, that's an extra $2,100 a month in your pocket. You only had to set up once. Is the setup confusing to some people? Yes. When I had to get started with a DApp wallet, it about threw my computer out the window. I'm not even kidding you guys. I was used to Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I didn't use, DApp wallets. You just have to learn how to do it. We show you how to do it. We got great customer support, but it's worth it to get started because you're not in a project that's going to screw you over and jip you down the road. You're going to be successful here. I can guarantee you that because I'm the one who created it along with Waleed, and everybody who has worked with me knows how I am, knows who I am. And you're not going to see anything any more stable than what MoveQuest is in the crypto space. So hopefully that brings sense to everybody how this ecosystem works, because I think that's a really important part of the system. All right, Herschel and Hayden, I'm going to give this back to you guys.
All right, all right. Now, I know that a lot of times when we're looking at spreadsheets, individuals will be like, wait a minute, it's confusing. There's too much going on. I can't follow. This is one of those recordings that I encourage every person that did not follow along for understanding to get the recording and literally get a pen and paper if you need to and break it down, watch it, slow it down, rewind, or whatever, because she just basically broke down how value is created with MoveQuest. Because the questions always come. When is the price of the token going up? Well, Lynette said, the token was going to be, $89 by next Thursday, or whatever the case is. All of those things come into play. But at the end of the day, she just gave you the formula and a explanation of how all of that works within the ecosystem. And that is what we as the community can actually contribute to help move the needle with in small amounts. There's 200, like she said, a little over 200, 2,000 or 2,500 people a day currently submitting. The numbers that she showed was 48 new people a day in our ecosystem. 48 people.
Yeah, and I just want to show you guys here real quick. So let's say, we get down here, let's say 50 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, 48 times 50. You're talking just adding a couple thousand people. You're looking at a $42 market value.
The game changer.
So it doesn't take a lot. Yeah.
Hey, Herschel, there's something else that I'd like to add. It's super important to do exactly as you said. I completely agree with Herschel. Re-listen to this recording. Get a pen.
You do. Yeah, you
Have a
do.
notebook.
100%. You know why? You guys watch it over and over and over until it clicks, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to look at crypto in a different light. And when you see these other projects come out, you're already going to know how are you going to sustain a market value. And there's not a project out there that's going to be able to show you how their system is going to self-sustain itself, because they don't do it. They rely on you to create the liquidity pool. You go get your LPTs, and then you got to worry about people pulling them out. They spend their token on development costs, on marketing, supposedly. They got all these, we're going to lock it up for X amount of days, and then it's going to be on a cliff, all this kind of stuff that people don't even understand anyway. All they're telling you is, we ain't going to sell it right away. We're going to wait till the market value gets high enough. Then that cliff is going to come up. We're going to pump it, pump it, pump it, and then we're going to sell. Sorry about your luck, guys. You're going to pay for the development of that project because they're going to do a pre-sale. So they're going to already deflate the market value because they've already saturated the market with tokens that were sold for pennies on the dollar. And what you're going to start to realize is that 99.9% of the projects that are on the market aren't sustainable, and you'll stop losing your money. You'll start looking for the right crypto project, the right blockchain to invest in. instead of these crapshoots, because that's what they are. They create these projects. I'm sure some of them do it with good intentions, but if you don't understand crypto or money or value or how to create the depth in that liquidity pool to stabilize the market value, they'll never last. They'll never work. And you'll just keep losing money. They have to be able to show you how that liquidity pool gets that depth and how does that ecosystem sustain itself. Most projects won't even know what you're talking about when you say ecosystem because they don't have one. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Hayden, but you're so right.
No,
Watch it, watch it, watch it. And eventually that light bulb is like, oh my God, I get it. Then when you start looking at other projects, you're gonna be like, I'm staying away from this thing. 10-foot pole ain't long enough.
absolutely. And just a word of caution, the studying of this information is meant to help you. It's meant to strengthen your resolve. It's meant to boost that confidence. It's meant to enhance that belief to help you to stay consistent with your goal moving forward. But just be careful not to try to or attempt to regurgitate this information to explain it to someone else. A new person has
Hand them the
got to
video.
yeah, they got to start off at ground zero, and you've got to invite them. But this is going to help to strengthen your resolve while you are inviting them. While you are sharing it, you're going to have the right posture and a type of certainty in your language. So this is meant for you, not necessarily for you to explain to somebody else on how it works, because that'll just confuse them.
Oh, thank you, Lynette. Those are gems. Those are definitely some gems. So
That
we
was
do have a
awesome.
few questions over here in the chat or the Q&A. One of them was early on when you were going through the example of, unlocking the docking slots and getting the Trailblazer. Um, I know that's changing to where there's just going to be navigators. So do
That's
those
already
numbers?
changed.
I'm sorry.
That's already changed. It is
Right.
navigators now.
Right. So the numbers that you were going off of just now are people unlocking the docking slots and purchasing a Trailblazer?
Wait, no. Yeah, and purchasing the Trailblazers. So, and I think the question here, why would somebody want to get the Trailblazers? Well, because you're adding with the navigators, you're only getting 50% or 50 volts per miner. The Trailblazers, you're getting 100. Now, we're only running the navigators with the mining dock for a short time. Okay, we didn't want to just cut that right off to
Gotcha.
nothing
Gotcha.
because we still want people to be able to get started. We're getting to a point now where there's enough miners where you won't even get the navigators in the mining dock. I don't know exactly when we're going to end it, but it's coming very soon. I mean, I would guess by the end of March anyway, that'll be gone. That way people can get started. And that's part of the ecosystem too. It's the engaged community. So even if they have the navigators and they didn't buy the Trailblazers, they still unlock the dock slots. That Trailblazer money, that gives a bump to the liquidity pool, but it's not necessary
Gotcha.
because you still have the mining dock slots. That's just an added bump because now we've made the Trailblazers available to purchase and give the 50% commission. Now, here's the thing. If you do just the dock slots and you don't buy the Trailblazers, you don't get commission on the dock slots. If you're team building, and a lot of people have networks, and you share it with 4 people, you are in profit before you even start mining $360. So if you do network, it's a really good way to preset your team and start training them. Listen, get your 4 this week because on Friday, everybody's going to load in. They're going to buy their Trailblazers and you're going to have your money back in less than 5 minutes. I mean, really think about it. I go find my 4 people, they go get their 4 people. You guys can set your teams up ahead of time. You can get everybody trained Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What are you doing? You're activating your Trailblazers and your dock slots, and everybody has their money back. They don't even have to go without their money for less than 5 minutes because it's all managed by smart contracts. The minute that's executed, you have your money back. So if you pre-build your team, you're out your money for 5 minutes, and then it's free sailing from there.
Got it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Um,
Absolutely.
Let's see here.
By the way, Lynette, even though you mentioned that some people find it challenging for the enrollment process, it is super easy. It is super easy. All you got to do is take your time and do it step by step. Every single stage in the enrollment process is really, really straightforward.
Yeah,
Especially
actually, MoveQuest is simple. Where people I think have the trouble is they're new to DApp wallets, trying to get a wallet set up and get their permissions, for their Health Connect. That
absolutely. Those
seems to
are
be
the
the
two
challenge. Not us, but the outside
precisely.
stuff you have to use.
Exactly. And even that, all you got to do is just really take on those challenges as they come in front of you. So step by step.
Hmm.
It's a lot of fun. When you take your time, it's a lot of fun. And just try not to overwhelm yourself right with each step. That's the main one.
Yep. Tier 5 hatchery. Is that the fifth, I think? Seventh. I don't remember the date without looking at my notes.
It was either the seventh or eighth. I think you said the eighth
Yeah, I
before.
was thinking about this. I know there's some people that, can't work on certain days or whatever, but you guys should have to take 5 minutes. I'm sure God will forgive you. I'm not saying that to be, because trust me, I believe in God 100%. Not saying that to be a smartass. I'm just simply saying, I shouldn't have said that in the same sentence as God, right? But I'm sure He'll forgive you for 5 minutes to get in that hatchery real quick. We're going to try to accommodate everybody. I know it's, Sabbath day and weekend, and some people can't work during certain days and hours and stuff. We will try to accommodate as best as we can. But if we can't help, if we can't fit it in for everybody because we're so global, I think we're in 177 countries or 127 countries now. I can't remember exactly. Um, just take 5 minutes real quick, or have somebody do it for you and your family. If you're doing that, your family probably is too. But I think you'll be okay for 5 minutes. People do a whole lot worse and are forgiven for it.
Is there a particular time of day that may take place or be available for everyone?
I really think we need to start it at like noon, 1 o'clock, something like that in the afternoon. I think that's the best time to hit it for all time zones. But I don't know. See, I'm really terrible when it comes to time zones, just as bad as I am trying to find my way out of my backyard. Oh, somebody's asking about the blockchain, which that's a really good question. So the MoveQuest will have more utility, right? Because it'll be used for gas fees, which is going to create a demand for it, which is good. And the mining dynamics won't change. And so, the demand, it'll just drive the market value even higher. It'll make it even more scarce. So the blockchain will help a lot. But you still want a thriving community because, it'd be amazing to start a blockchain with 25,000 users. That shows a very strong blockchain. Oh, the avatars. Yeah, we're getting very close on those actually. Hopefully soon here. Um, those are generated off of your wallet, your mining wallet address. Let me check on that and maybe I'll have an answer for you on Thursday. Mm. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about the chips. Holy moly. Okay, I'll get them out. I am so sorry. It's been a crazy week.
And I do have that
Why?
list
Yeah.
available. I know you was working on it, but I do have that list for the fitness challenge as well, locked and loaded and ready for you. So
Good, good, good. Yeah. This
you
is
do it all
crazy
at
on
once.
vacation, but
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate that. Mm. So the MoveQuest app wallet is not just another wallet. I'm going to go over all the features of that wallet, but here's the biggest thing for the MoveQuest users. You can't be scammed by phishing sites because all those scam sites that tried to, replicate MoveQuest, come up with their fake site, we will be able to catch that in the wallet, and we can block those transactions from going through. So you don't have to worry about losing your MoveQuest and your miners and all that stuff, because we'll be able to stop that from happening. So that is the biggest significance if you're a MoveQuest user. Not to mention, we got our own blockchain, everything else that, will be utilized there. So there's a lot of perks, but I'll go over all of it. It will also add to the liquidity pool, because when people do swaps or trades, bridging using our wallet, there's third-party fees that the wallet will be earning that will go towards liquidity as well.
I have a question for you right quick. And I think this will be a good one for a lot of people. When it comes to the hatchery, right? And right now there's about a room for about 30,000 MQT to go in there. But let's just say we get to the point that we want to be at, where we got people coming in and tier 4 fills up. Tier 4 fills up, and we have somebody that has a card that matures. And let's just say they had 500 MQT in the hatchery that matured at 9 o'clock in the morning. When it matures, does it remove their 900 right then? Or is
No.
that still counted as what's in the hatchery at that point?
Nope, it's still counted. We don't remove anything. We say
Right.
again, everything's managed by smart contract.
Right.
They have to remove it.
Right. So I guess what I was saying was, does it no longer calculate it as toward the available room or whatever? Does it? So basically, gentleman asked or user.
No, it's still in there. It's still added.
Okay, so it's still added. So if that person, once their card matures, when they go in and claim, they should be able to turn right back around and put it right back in if that's what they desire. Correct?
Right back in the nest?
Yes. Right back. No,
Yes.
no. Not in the golden hatchery.
Yeah, they put it right back in.
Yeah. So you should be able to. Their fear was just not being able to get back in if they chose to. That's all.
Okay. They would still have to go through the nest if they're going to add more.
No. Not add more. Their card matured, and they just want to go straight back in for another 210 days.
I think it would be like a renew button, like an option to claim.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about the tier 5.
No.
No, they'll just have an option to renew.
Okay. Perfect. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is that hatchery is going to be maxed out, right, at some point, because only 7,200 a day can go out. The mining through the community mining, that's going to start to increase. That's going to affect the hatchery, right? So it wouldn't be able to be increased anymore, because there's only so much that can go each day from the from the hatcheries to the daily mining pool. So once it reaches that level, everything in the hatcheries would be their max. They couldn't go any higher. And so when you leave the hatchery, chances of you getting back in it are probably next to nothing, right, at that point. So instead of you risking losing your place, you'll just renew. So you won't have to claim and then go back in. You will just up your time.
Gotcha.
And that will hold your spot. That way, people who are already there, if they don't want to leave, they don't have to. They just renew and keep going.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if I'll check with Waleed and see, but it may even be possible. I think it already is anyway, where you don't have to put it all back in. You can claim a percentage and renew a percentage. I'm pretty sure that's how we had it set up, so that you can, let's say somebody had 1,000 in there, they want 500 out, but they still want to keep 500 in.
Right. Okay. Perfect. And here's a question that I've gentlemen has posed several times. Number one, once you're in the going through the challenge right now to get the 90 days, if a person happened to made a mistake or changed their mining capacity during that time, is there a way to determine what they how can I say this? If they change, is there a way to go and look and see what the mining capacity was every day for the last 53 days? If they change their miners combination?
Well, if you go to your mining dock, it'll tell you what mining power you have in there.
Right, today. But if they changed it one day and don't remember what that was, or whatever,
They can go to the blockchain and they can see what miners they were mining with.
okay. Okay. So they could go to the snow trace or what have you and actually pull it up. Or the other alternative would be, like the gentleman said, we got 90 about around 99 days left. They could always reset and just do it for another straight 90 with what they know is in there to ensure that they get it. So that would be an accurate
Yeah.
statement, sir.
I'll try to write out the instructions and get it on a document if I don't do it tonight in the morning on
Okay.
how to check what you were mining with. I can't remember if it tells you in the submissions. I
Okay.
don't think it does. But if you go into your internal wallet, I'm pretty sure it's the internal. You should be able to see what you're mining with. You can also go to your wallet address. It'll show you, where you activated your dock slot, and you can see exactly what was in that mining dock at the time.
Gotcha.
It's funny, somebody said about the merch, and I was just thinking about that today. We need to bring that up. It's ready. I don't know why we haven't yet. I need to get that live. Might be the credit card. I got to get I think I have to get Stripe set up is all. That's probably what the problem was.
Gotcha. All right. And to answer Dustin's question, are we moving from tier 4 to tier 5, or do we enter tier 5 with fresh MQT? It's going to be what you have available at the time it comes open. So if you have something from tier 4 that has matured, like right now, and you want to put that into tier 5, just leave that card matured and then use that, when tier 5 opens up. Otherwise, you will have needed to have put MQT in the nest 10 days prior to the 8th so that it will be in a position to be able to go into the tier 5 hatchery, or what have you. So if you have something ready now, great. If not, hopefully we'll still have room in there at that time.
Yep. Okay, so let me explain something too. So somebody says, how would you renew if, let's say, tier 4 was maxed, right? It would only allow you to renew what was available. So let's say you had 5,000, but there's only room for 4,000. It would only allow you to renew with 4,000. You wouldn't be able to put the extra 1,000 in. You'd have to claim that back to your wallet or leave it sit in tier 4 until more space opened, and then you'd be able to renew the additional MoveQuest that was sitting there. It will only take what can go in. It won't allow you to push over the max. So Doug said, when tier 2 was max, I could not renew my card because the rewards put it over the max allowed in tier 2. I could only put back in my original MoveQuest. So it did only allow you to put in X amount. So when you did that, I don't know if Doug is still on the call or not, and I don't know if Waleed is here. Did it leave your extra MoveQuest available to renew later, or did it just have you claim them into your wallet? Mine haven't matured yet, so I haven't been able to test it. As long as you've submitted for 90 days straight, that's what it's going to look at. It's going to look at, 90 days. And it's going to take what was there. Now, there's 150 days that's available in there. I don't know if you'd want to I'll have to check with Waleed and see what parameters were set for that. Because if you were mining, let's say, with 18 Titans for 90 days, and then on day 92, you drop down to 8 Titans, if it would affect it or
Yes,
not, it might.
I did get that clarification since we've been on the call, and
Oh, good.
his Waleed's response is once you actually have not less than 90 days, but once you have officially submitted 90 days at that max power, it will lock
Okay.
in. And if you choose to adjust your mining capacity at that point, you can do
Yeah.
so. But you have to
Okay,
get the
good.
90 fully submitted. So do 91.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to say for sure.
That's
Because
what's
then
so
he would say to me, "You always want to make smart contracts do things they're not supposed to do."
That's what's so cool about the tracker that Waleed has created. Everybody can go to www.movequest.com and slash dashboard and check out their status, their own personal status on that scoreboard. It's really cool. It tells you exactly where you are, how many days are left, and it's like a countdown. So very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. As soon as you hit 90 or 60 or 30 or whatever it is, it's just gonna lock in there. Love it.
Awesome.
It's like mission accomplished.
Okay. And Miss Rosa McAfee, I thought that the matching minors would be based on your first 90 days of submission. It is based on 90 days out of
Yeah,
the
not
however many days that it goes to through
of
May
the
the
150.
13th,
Yep.
based on the highest amount, I'm sorry, the lowest amount of capacity you had in your mining dock for any of those 90 days. So if you started out with 18 Titans and you went 30 days and you substituted one of those with the Trailblazer for 1 day and then went back to 18 Titans, you would get the mirrored miners based on the mining capacity with the 17 Titans and the one Trailblazer or what have you. What we were saying before is if a person chose to reset and there are still 90 plus days open and available, they could, if somebody started out with less and is in a position to have more mining power now and they choose to do so, not mandatory, but if they chose to do so, they still have time to get 90 days with the higher mining capacity if they want to start over. So that's the difference there.
Yep. Bullish moon, to answer that question real quick in here. It's bullish moon. Everybody's still mining. That's still moving along really good. I'm gonna be working with Nick to add some training modules in there on crypto. But the reason it hasn't been listed yet is because AVAX dropped so stupid low. And then if they were, to convert it to the USDT for the mining pool, you would lose more than half of your liquidity. And not only that, but they're going to build on the MoveQuest blockchain. And so they're going to wait to list once the MoveQuest blockchain is up. So that'll make it a lot stronger as well.
Yeah, and that's okay too, because I think it's important for everybody to recognize that the entire crypto space, Web3 blockchain, everybody is referring to the stage that we're passing through right now as a crypto winter. And a lot of people are recognizing that the winter is almost over. So some of these low prices, it might be a great idea to buy some AVAX, not financial advice or anything like that, but we've all seen AVAX regularly at 20, 21, $25, even as much as $35 at one time. And it's likely possible to go a lot higher than that. So it's a great buying opportunity for AVAX as well as MQT.
Yeah,
MQT is in
AVAX will go
buy
up. I hope anyway.
MQ, a single digit MQT, that's a buy signal.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Let's see, I'd seen something else in here, but if you can't see your tier 4 cards, maybe your connection is bad, update your RPC. I don't know anything about the Trust Wallet because I don't use Trust Wallet. I'll check on that. I don't usually pay too much attention to those outside wallets and stuff as to how they're working. So I will tell you guys what I am going to do, and hopefully it'll be done this week. We're just going to manage it on Google Doc. Because a lot of people have questions and you don't get a response from email. Why? Because I am terrible about email and I'm the only person that answers them. So what we're going to do is set up a Google Doc sheet so that you guys, if you have a question or you need some help with something, you can submit it on that Google Doc form. And then we've got a great team of people that will be able to help you if you don't have time to get into customer support. Maybe it's just a quick question that we can quickly answer back to you. And so I'm gonna hopefully have that set up here before Thursday. As far as the getting the information up on the dashboard, I've kind of been leaving Waleed alone for a few days. One, so that he can become less stressed because I stress the poor man out, and let him get caught up on some things. So I'm gonna reach out to him tomorrow and give him what we need. I do not think I've messaged him since maybe Friday or Saturday. And then just one time today. I just wanted to give him a break. I know he's working his butt off, but well, did I miss anything in there, Hayden or Herschel?
For the most part, one more before we go, and just for clarification on this, Ms. Russell says that all my docs are full. Never undocked anything. However, I did add 9 trailblazers for mining power. Does that affect the match at all? The question is, did you start submitting with 9 miners? And when all of this started, did you submit with 9 miners and then at a later date add 9 trailblazers? If that is the case, it is going to take the lesser of the 2 during that time frame. So if you added 9 after you had already submitted, then yes, it would affect your match. And the only way around that would be to reset and now mine with the 18 for 90 days because you still have that window between now and May 13th to still be able to get it in. All right.
And I just answered somebody's question. I can't remember what it was. I was going to comment on it because I didn't think it went through. Oh, okay. Somebody said when I reset on the challenge with my new miners, it didn't reset to 0. It reset with 3 days. That's not a display error. Because of the 48-day time frame on submissions, it calculated the 2 days prior plus the day you submitted. So even if you do reset it, you still got the credit for the 2 previous days plus the day when you reset and then submit. That's where that 3rd day is coming in at. So that's why that's there. So that's normal.
All righty then, ma'am. Once again, we want to thank you for taking the time to come and share that information with us. And I think I may actually have to go and sit down and rewatch this one again myself to be able to articulate it the way you did and follow that same path. I understand it, but again, it's different when you can actually, really follow through with it from a more technical perspective and not just a conceptual standpoint. So everyone, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here.
Wait, let me interrupt you real quick. Hang on.
Okay.
Somebody just asked, and you probably know more than I do because I haven't used the Phantoms. If they claimed the Phantoms, they were mining with them. And then when we did the reset the other day where they're getting the Trailblazers, there's someone in there that had said she's not sure if her Phantoms are still connected. Do they have to go back in and claim them again and start again, or are they still working? Does anybody know?
Make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. So person claimed all of their phantom miners.
Let me go back to the question.
But then went and docked 18 other miners. They have 18
No.
miners. Okay.
Let me know. It says, how can we see if we're mining with the Phantom Trailblazers? Weeks ago, I added them, but after the last update, I think it kicked them off, but I'm not sure.
That I'm not sure.
She can check her mining power. That's one way, because the docked miners will have a certain amount of mining power, and then the phantoms would also have some mining power. So it'll show the total mining power that they're mining with.
I do know Wally did say something to me because I wanted him to extend the days a person could mine with phantoms. Because if you're in the hatchery and you don't have miners, you wouldn't be able to get your submissions. And so when he increased the days, he did say something to me that people would have to, I believe he said, reclaim their miners. So you might have to do that.
Okay.
Let us check on that. I don't know if Waleed's on this call or not.
Okay. And Kashira, I just got you. I'm sorry, I just saw that.
So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Herschel, but that was kind of an important question.
No. Yeah, so I'm not aware of anything on that. So let's get some clarification from Waleed on what that actually looks like, because I'm not sure on that piece. That'll be good to know. So thanks, whoever asked that question.
Yep, you have to reclaim, Debbie said. Debbie says, yes, you have to reclaim. So you would have to go back into your miners section and reclaim your phantoms again. Okay. I was pretty sure he told me that, but you guys, if you think that, okay, I created this dang thing and I've had Waleed put all these things in play, and even I can get lost sometimes.
No, I understand.
I have to go back through all my notes.
Lynette, that's all part of the fun.
Oh yeah. It's what keeps the leave in business.
Hey. How boring would it be if there were no challenges in life? Come on, man.
Right.
This tech stuff is cool. That's why most of us are here right now, because we have that appetite for this tech stuff. And those of you who don't, we just help you out and make it easy for you. Just don't hesitate
That's
to
good. I appreciate that too. You guys help me out a ton. You have no idea. I'd be in so much trouble. Whew.
Good. All right, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And we're going to go ahead and close it out on this one.
All right.
They told you time was money, but they forgot about the blood, the bone, and the breath. 2020 states logging. Let's get paid. I see the steps you're taking, clicking like a Geiger counter. Every floor you're climbing makes the stakes a little mountain. It's more than just a sidewalk, it's a ledger in the sky. The distance is a data that the bankers can't deny. You're mapping out the planet while you're mapping out your soul, turning every mile into a piece of the control. MoveQuest journey, yeah, we're men in the sun. The work drives all the engine till the victory is won. Calories burn, all the sparks in the vault. If you're standing still, then the poverty's your fault. We're building up the wealth through the hell we reclaim. The MoveQuest protocol, remember the name. Watch the pulse rate climbing, that's the market on the rise. There's a hidden kind of fortune right behind those tired eyes. And when the sun goes down and the city starts to creep, you're compounding the interest in the shadows of your sleep. Rest is the recovery, the silent golden trade. The deeper that you dream, the more the debt is paid. workers, calories, sleep. Your biology is the currency. Stop giving it away for free. MoveQuest journey, yeah, we're in the sun. The workers are the engine till the victory is won. Calories burn all the sparks in the vault. If you're standing still, then the poverty's your fault. We're building up the wealth through the hell we reclaim. The MoveQuest protocol, remember the name. Check your stats. Secure the bag.